Hello everybody and welcome to Alpha Tauri Road to Glory, my new series on F1 22, doing a driver career mode where I take Alpha Tauri from midfield to a championship winning team. Just felt like, you know what, let's give it a go. I see so many other Road to Glory series on YouTube, so this is just a nice alternative to my regular My Team career mode, which will be resuming tomorrow, of course. But here we are then, in an Alpha Tauri, 16 race seasons, and Season 1 begins where F1 used to begin, at Melbourne. A city that was known as a great place for the race, and obviously the newly updated circuit. So here we are then, trying to get out of Q1 and going a bit wide as I do so. That's going to give me a little bit of damage that I may need to fix when I box. Verstappen has done an 18.8 then, that's a pretty impressive bar, I'm not going to lie. And what we've done there is a 120.6, so that's really not enough to get us through Q1. As you can see, we are already in P16, so we need to be in the top 15 to qualify, unlike my team when it's 16, because there are 22 competitors in my team with an 11th team. Here we just have the standard 10 teams, so we need to be in the top 15. And so far on this lap we are making up some pretty significant ground, I'm not going to lie. But we need to keep at it and keep making that ground. And can I just say, I really do enjoy driving this newly updated circuit. The new Melbourne is so much more fun to drive than the old one. Anyway, out of the last corner, having made in the end over half a second's worth of improvements. And that puts us into P11, just behind Pierre Gasly. But I felt like we still had a little bit more on the table, as it were, in terms of lap time. And there we are, collecting it and getting through Q1 with the smooth operator doing so with the fastest time. 7 tenths clear of Leclerc, so I don't think Leclerc's had a proper push lap yet. Right, Q2 then, and I am literally on this lap found even more time than I did on my final Q1 lap, and you know what, I'm feeling pretty confident about this. It's going to be a 1:19.6, and I thought that might have just been enough to get us into Q3, so I didn't elect to do a further lap, but as it were, it just wasn't. We needed 3 more temps, but still, first race, P13, and just about out-qualifying Pierre Gasly. I see potential here.
All comes to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula 1 World Championship. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. Its combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners make it a tricky track when it comes to overtakes. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, George Russell and Hamilton, Norris, Ricciardo, Ocon and Mick Schumacher, Fernando Alonso, Joker, Pierre Gasly and Magnussen, Vettel, Joe, Alex Albon and Valtteri Bottas, Stroll and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. So here we are in 2022 at the start of another Formula 1 World Championship. It all begins here, the start of the next generation of Formula 1. With the end of the second turbocharged era, a new dawn begins. New regulations have been brought in to promote better racing, with the 2 big standout changes being the wheel size increase and the aerodynamics on the car itself. But will this result in us having a repeat fight for the Drivers' World Championship? Will Mercedes retain their Constructors' title? We have lots to discuss then with Natalie Pinkham, who's joined me in the commentary box for today's event.
It's good to be back. Let's hope for some good racing today. We can't know at this point how competitive these teams are relative to each other, but hopefully nobody is able to run and hide. We want to see these drivers pushing to the limit all the way to the checkered flag.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix.
So starting our first race from P13, and I'll be honest, I don't know quite what to expect in this series. I'm hoping though that within a couple of seasons of doing this series we can take AlphaTauri to the front and get a Drivers' or Constructors' World Championship with them. That is the purpose on Road to Glory, and you know what, whether it's me or Gasly that gets it, I don't mind as long as one of us does. But anyway, lining up at P12 because we gained a position due to a Bottas grid penalty. The 5 red lights are going on and it's lights out and away we go here at the Australian Grand Prix. We seem to have got a relatively good start, but look at Magnussen on our right. He has got a massive jump on us and he's got it a little bit wrong there, and as a result we've boxed him behind him and we've lost a few places. We're down to P17 with Bottas and Zhou both side by side, but we're going to break later than the pair of them, and as Vettel gets a little bit boxed in, we're going to gain a position on him now. We're trying to go around the outside, but Vettel bangs our wheels, but we have managed to maintain that position off of Vettel, so we're P14. We've dropped 2 places on the start, but I'm confident we can try at least to get those back. And as we get to the end of the first lap, we've closed in the pack. Hang on a minute. Charles Leclerc, fastest lap, 33.2. What? I knew it. 2019 illegal engine is back on that car. Right, anyway, we're now tucked up behind Kevin Magnussen. I'm getting ready to have a look up the inside here, but he's having a look up the inside of Fernando Alonso, and Magnussen and Alonso go side by side. Who's going to come out on top of this one? Alonso does. Magnussen gets a little bit backed up, but we're not able to take advantage of it because there isn't really a suitable overtaking place. I was tempted to have a little send down the inside there, but that would have ended badly, potentially with contact with Magnussen. But here we are now getting into his slipstream, and I'm going to have a look down the inside here with only the width of an F1 car available, and we managed to take that position and gain P13. That is one of my favourite overtaking moves on this game. We got in the slipstream, used what very little space was available, and Magnussen getting out of it and giving us a bit more space to complete that overtake up into P13. That was class. And now we're seeing here Sebastian Vettel is trying to attack Kevin Magnussen round the outside here, but Vettel has got very wrong-footed, and that allows the Alfa Romeo of Zhou Guanyu to get past him. So Vettel just getting a little bit wrong-footed there, and speaking of getting wrong-footed, I've gone a little bit wide out of the corner, but we're still along going for the inside of Fernando Alonso. That's a very late overtaking move. We came so far back there. How did we get that one done? I got a little bit out of shape, but somehow we were just able to make that dive on Fernando Alonso. And that is, again, another great overtake. Right, next up is Pierre Gasly, my teammate. And I don't really want to be wasting too much time fighting him, as Gasly locks up, and that's backed me up a little bit. And Alonso might be tempted to have a little bit of a look while Gasly's backing me up. Multi-21. Does that work? We are technically part of the Red Bull family here. Multi-21 Pierre. I don't think that works. Multi-7210. I don't know if that would be the equivalent, but we're going to dive down the inside, taking the same move we did on Alonso, and we have gained P11 on Pierre Gasly. And I think Gasly just didn't really fight that one off at all. And now we're onto the back of a points-paying position on Esteban Ocon. And he is tucked up right behind Mick Schumacher. And I think Mick Schumacher went a bit wrong earlier in the lap because Ocon wasn't that close before. But he definitely is now. And we're going to find a way through up the inside of Ocon. Are we going to do the late braking move? Yes, we are. And Ocon tries to hold it around the outside, but there's nowhere to go around that corner. And eventually he just gets run wide. And we are now into the top 10, which means we are into a points-paying position. But I'm not done yet. I'm trying to catch up with Mick Schumacher. But he's got some decent pace catching Daniel Ricciardo. So we're a little bit stuck for now. So it's just a matter of being patient and trying to stay with these two. That line around there won't help though as we go a little bit wide, having made a little mistake. But now Max Verstappen's coming out of the pits and he's going to back up Mick Schumacher. This might be a chance to get past the Haas here. He's not got the best run through the corner and this might be a chance to go up the inside of the Haas driver. Yes, it is, and Mick just jumps out of the way there. We are now up into P9 and Verstappen is going to be busy dealing with Ricciardo. So Ricciardo might be a little bit vulnerable once Max Verstappen's gone through on his fresh hard tyres. And here is Daniel Ricciardo now. And he, like I said, Max has left him a little bit vulnerable. But what's that Ricciardo quote? Oh yes, I like him vulnerable. That's the worst Australian accent I've ever done. Right, coming now down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo. This is going to be super late on the brakes. Like, even later than we were with any other driver down that corner. But we were able to get that move done. Again, we came from quite far back. We literally did a Ricciardo overtake on Ricciardo. And he just did not fight that one off one bit. But now it's time to pit in and take on a set of hard tyres. We've got a yellow flag behind us because Esteban Ocon has decided to take his Alpine for a spin. But into the pits we go. And unfortunately we've got an issue with the right rear tyre. And that has held us up, and we are now back behind Daniel Ricciardo. All the work we did get past him is now undone, and we have to do it again. And I'm not going to lie, I was pretty raging at that. I was pretty steaming because I was pushing hard, and I felt like if we could have cleared him, there might have been a chance to catch Lando Norris, but as it stands, we're now back behind Daniel Ricciardo again. I was wondering if he was going to get backed up by Nicholas Latifi, who hadn't pitted yet, but Latifi dives into the pits now. And Ricciardo, well, we've caught him pretty quick, I'm not going to lie. And we're now getting ready to have a look at Daniel Ricciardo. It's not going to be done here, though. It's going to be done into the next corner. Look at the run we have on him. He's got a little bit of a better exit there. But we've got the DRS with us, and I'm going to just send it up the inside. The move, is it done? Yes, it is. Ricciardo turning in on me a bit there, and I locked up in sympathy after that, but we've got it done. There was contact. I think there is damage to Ricciardo's car, but at that moment in time, I was driving with rage after my pit stop cock-up, so I do not mind that one bit. And look at that fastest lap time, 40.3. There must be a glitch there, surely. But anyway, we've now got Fernando Alonso putting us under pressure here. And I've now got to try and withstand Alonso right behind me for about a third of the race that's left. Alonso getting closer down the straight. Is he going to have a look down the inside here? No, he isn't. But I've got a little bit wide into turn one, and that might make give Alonso the run he needs. He is very, very close now. He is right behind me. I'm holding the racing line. Is he going to have a look? No, he doesn't. I'm surprised he didn't have a look into there, to be honest. I felt like Fernando could have had one. But that's Pierre Gasly out of the race now. So Pierre Gasly, our teammate, with an engine issue. And that is slightly worrying for us, because I don't want to lose the engine. And during that yellow flag, I went a little bit wide in sympathy. That's going to allow Alonso a run. Alonso goes up the inside. We're going to try and hold him out around the outside. And the better exit that we get, because Alonso went quite tight in there, helps us maintain the position. So that is decent defensive driving there. And we've got another Honda engine failure. This time, it's the reigning champion Max Verstappen. Oh dear, this is not good for us at all. We've now had 2 Honda engine failures. So in my mind, that is starting to play just a little bit and give me a little bit of anxiety. And again, wrong-footed with the yellow flag. Alonso's having a look, but we're not giving him any way through. And Alonso is finding it very difficult to get past us here as we head into the closing stages of the race. Look how close Alonso is now. Oh, he's got wrong-footed. He's made a mistake. And that is going to allow me just a little bit of breathing space. But now we're on the final lap. Alonso is going all or nothing now. We have got clear of Mick Schumacher, but unfortunately, because of how much I've been trying to defend Alonso, we haven't been able to catch Lando Norris. But still, P7 would be an absolutely stunning result if we can just hold on with Fernando Alonso behind us. It's a win for Charles Leclerc in this Australian Grand Prix, so doing a brilliant job to get that win. But we're now trying to keep Fernando behind us. He's going to have one more look, and this will be it then. Is he going to go for it? Is he going to go for the inside line? Nope, we're going to cover that. Is he going to try the outside? Yes, he is. But I'm able to just run him wide just a little bit, and we are able to hold on to the position. So, our first race in AlphaTauri Road to Glory, and we get points. Not just points, but a decent handful of points. It's P7, it's 6 points, and that is how you start a Road to Glory.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. So let's see how the drivers stand.
Never mind our start though. Charles Leclerc he led that race and was gone from the start, and also setting his fastest lap of 33 seconds. So attaching a Concorde engine, but look at all the fastest lap times. That's very interesting, that. So there must be some kind of glitch in play there, but Leclerc taking the win. It's a Ferrari 1-2 with Sainz second. Then it's Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Norris, myself, Alonso, Schumacher and Ocon, despite his spin, rounding out the top 10. I'm gutted because I feel like if Gasly had got to the end, he would have got a point as well, and it would have been a double points finish. But we've had a very strong start to this. Let's build on it, and let's carry on the way we have started. And you can see there, that'll be the championship standings as well, the way we finished. And the Constructors' Championship we'll have a look at in a moment, but I'm really pleased with that result. We did lose quite a bit at the start when Magnussen got ahead of us. We got boxed in and we just struggled to get around him. And if it wasn't for a bit of late braking into free, we could have ended up behind both the Alfa Romeos there, and that would have made my day all the more challenging. But we got through and managed to score 6 points for P7, which probably would have been P8 if not for a DNF from Max Verstappen. But I'll still take it. You got, as Ron Dennis used to say, if you want to finish first you have to finish. Well, thank you very much for watching this opening instalment of AlphaTauri Road to Glory. Don't forget to leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you're new here and you want to see more content from me. AlphaTauri sitting 5th in the championship at the moment. That's a beautiful sight. Until the next time, TTFN guys, ta-ta for now, and thank you so much for watching.